Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. I am back with a new makeup tutorial for you guys. I came up with this look right here. Just want to let you guys know the reason why I haven't uploaded lately is because I actually filmed this exact look probably about 3 weeks ago and the lighting and everything was awful. And then when I went to refilm the same look later, my freaking ring light broke. So I ordered a new light bulb. They literally sent me a ring light, like glass light bulb in a box with no form of protection, no styrofoam, nothing. Literally just a glass light bulb in a box. And yeah, it was in pieces. So I finally got my new light in and I was super eager to film a new makeup look for you guys. So this is the look I came up with. I was inspired by this palette actually right here, My Little Pony movie palette. But basically I've had this for such a long time and I finally got around to playing with the colors in it, and literally like I've just had so much fun with this palette right here. So I wanted to show you guys the look that I came up with. And yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoy this makeup tutorial. It's super like fall and sultry. You know what you guys want to see in my next video as well. If you do happen to enjoy this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to Do not forget to subscribe to see new videos from me each week. Hit the bell if you want to be notified when I upload. And then also really quick, I'm sorry for rambling, but you guys have to check out my sister's YouTube channel. Her and her husband just started a channel together and I would appreciate it so much if you guys went by and showed some love and checked her out and subscribed. It would mean so much to me. And they're going to be doing a lot of vlogs, DIYs. Just uploaded like a new fall dessert recipe treats video, so you guys have to check it out. And yeah, okay, so without further rambling, let's jump into this makeup tutorial. Alright, so I'm starting off by kissing my coconut oil. Just kidding, I just really love coconut oil. So I'm going to use this to hydrate my face as my moisturizer / primer, bring that down the neck. And then I'm going to prime my eyelids using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. So I'm going to use that to, again, prime my eyelids, but then I'm also going to use it to conceal while I'm here. So I'm just going over any spots and blemishes on my face and just kind of rubbing it in with my finger. Next, going in with my Pure Cosmetics My Little Pony eyeshadow palette. So pretty, look at all these colors. I'm going to start with the white shade and use that to set the concealer. That way I have a nice clean base to blend the eyeshadows. Then I'm going to mix this mauve purple color and then this bright pink together, and I'm going to use this as my initial transition color in the crease. Now when you dip in that bright pink, use the lightest hand, because as you can see, I just want like a flush of a blushy tone in my crease. That way it'll be like the shade peeking through all the other more deep smoky tones. So just slowly build it. I started off with like a MAC 224, and then to intensify it a little bit more, I took the same Pure Cosmetics. This is actually a part of the My Little Pony brush collection. So I took this one since it's synthetic and it'll pack on the color a little bit more intense. And I put that deeper in my crease, the same exact colors. And then I went back in with the original blending brush to buff out the edges. Next, going in the same palette, I'm mixing a chocolate brown and a deep purple, and I'm gonna mix that together, and taking my MAC 217, I'm just buffing that in that outer V on my lid / crease, working that just below that original pinky shade and then working that into that inner corner. Now you want to make sure you bring it all the way in so that it's nice and smoky, you know, from the outer part of the eye all the way to that inner almost tear duct area. And then I'm going back in with the initial blending brush just to buff out the edges. You'll see me go back and forth with the brushes a lot. Next, I'm taking this really dark eggplant purple. It honestly almost looks like black, and it has some sparkle in it. So I'm taking a more dense dome blending brush, and I'm gonna place that on the outer third and the inner third of my eyelid, sort of creating a halo effect. I'm gonna start by just patting down the color, and then I'm gonna take the other blending brush that I was just using, and then that's what I'm going to use to buff out the edges. I didn't want to use the same blending brush with that purple on it because I didn't want it to bring the purple too high up. So just kind of place down the purple and then use a separate blending brush to buff out the edges, so that way you don't bring the purple too high up in the crease, if that makes sense. So you can kind of get an idea by watching, but you'll see me go back and forth between blending brushes and just adding more product and kind of slowly building up the color, and then obviously cleaning up the edges. So again, I'm going back in with my initial shade and just buffing out those edges. Next, going back in with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I'm going to use this to cut out the halo in the center of my eye. So I took a little bit on the back of my hand, and then with a concealer brush, I'm literally going right in the center of my eyelid, and then ever so slightly up right to where it meets my crease. And I'm just doing really short patting motions, not swiping the color too much. I'm going to take this like off-white pinky shimmery color in the palette. With my 242, I'm going to pack that right over top where I placed that concealer. And I did wet my brush to apply this color, that way it's nice and intense. But this is going to be a base for the glitter that I will place right over top of this. So then I'm going to take my glitter glue, and this is this NYX Glitter Pearl in 02. So first, right now I'm placing down the glitter glue right over top of the eyeshadow that I placed, and then I'm going in with the glitter, and you can see how nice it adheres now that I put that glitter glue down. And then I'm just buffing out those edges. But the reason why I placed that initial eyeshadow first is so that way, in case there's any like pieces of eyeshadow peeking through, it at least has like a base to show through versus skin or like concealer. So yeah, that's why I did that. And then now I'm just cleaning up the edges of my eyeshadow with a makeup brush. For foundation, I use the Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation. This is one of my favorites, and I'm in the shade Warm Beige 05. I'm buffing that in with this Muron beauty sponge. I really like it. It gives a lot of coverage compared to other beauty sponges. So I'm just patting that in, and then taking my MAC Select Moisture Cover Concealer and my Estee Lauder Eye Brightening Pen in like a rosy tone. I'm mixing those. So I'm going to start by taking the MAC concealer in NW20, and I'm pasting that right under my eyes to kind of conceal the bags that I've been getting. And then to kind of highlight the center of my face, I'm going over like my cheek area with the highlighting pen, and then I'm also going to bring the highlighting pen down my nose, on my chin, sides of my mouth, forehead, pretty much everywhere, just like highlight my whole face. And then I'm buffing that out with this really nice dome brush. This was again in the My Little Pony Pure Cosmetics collection. So I really have been loving the way this brush buffs out concealer. It keeps like so much coverage under the eye area. But then I'm just going over the edges with that same beauty sponge that I use for my foundation, just to kind of blend out the edges so there's not like one harsh line of where the highlight stops and then goes into the foundation. It'll all kind of be married together. So going back in with that sponge to just marry it all together. Then taking my Airspun powder, I'm going to use that to set my under eye. So I'm taking a damp beauty sponge, the same one that I use for my foundation, and I'm just taking a good amount of powder and setting my eye area. I noticed that with the wet sponge, it like looks so much more fresh. It doesn't look dry or like cakey under the eyes if you use a damp beauty sponge to set your under eye. So I'm also going to bring that down my nose, down my chin and forehead, pretty much anywhere where I highlighted. I filled in my brows off camera with my new favorite. This is a new brow product that I actually use. It's by L'Oreal. So it's the brow stylist. So I used that off camera, and then I went in with some brow gel to set those bad boys in place because I need to get my brows done bad. And then I took the same Airspun powder and packed that kind of like baking my underbrow bone. And then going back in my palette, I took a pinky color and I'm just sweeping away where I baked so that it has like a fade from like the pinky tone to the white. Gosh, I'm going quick. So next, going into bronzer, I took my MAC Give Me Sun bronzer, and I took that with one of my favorite bronzing brushes. This is the MAC 135, and I love this for bronzing, but then it's like fine enough to where it also kind of sculpts the cheekbones without it looking too contoury. So I'm putting that along my cheekbones, forehead, down the jawline, and then I just took a little bit of a smaller brush to slightly contour my nose just so that it kind of ties everything together. Next, I'm taking this Makeup Revolution Highlight Shimmer Brick, and I'm not sure what color this is. It's just one of the Makeup Revolution shimmer bricks, and I only took the light, like white tone, and the pinky tone because I didn't want the highlight to be too golden. So I put that obviously on the tops of my cheekbones and then down my nose and then Cupid's bow. For blush, I use one of my favorite MAC blushes. This is the Extreme Dimension Blush in Faux Sure. Gosh, I can't talk today. And then to kind of fuse everything together, I went in with my MAC Mineralized Powder in medium golden and just did a light sweep of that over my skin with a powder brush and the same My Little Pony Pure Cosmetics makeup brush collection. These brushes are so soft and like blend everything beautifully. So I just did that to kind of give an airbrush finish to my skin. Then I took the pink shade again in the palette, and this time I took a little dome pencil brush, and I'm using that to kind of smoke out my lower lash line. So I'm just putting this back and forth. And don't be afraid to bring that pink down. And then I'm taking that dark eggplant purple mixed with the regular purple color in the palette. And then I took that with my MAC 212 and stamped it super close to my lash line, almost like an eyeliner. So I'm just patting it right there, and then I'm going to go back in with that initial pencil brush, and I'm going to use that to kind of blend the pink and that purple color together so that it's just nice and smoky and blended, but then your eyes still have some definition. Then I'm taking that soft pinky shimmer color, and I'm going to take that in my tear duct as a highlight. I love the way this tied the whole look together. It really opened up the eyes without being like a stark white. It's like still has that pinky base, so pretty. And then I took the same blending brush I used in my crease and then just used that to buff out the edges of my tear duct highlight, if that makes sense. Then to open up my eyes some more, I took this Rimmel Nude eye pencil and put that white right in my waterline, and you can see how much it just opened the eyes. I popped down my Salon Perfect 615 lashes off camera, and now I'm going in with my Wet n Wild liquid liner, and I used that to kind of hide the lash band, and then I just did a really small flick at the edge of my eye just to kind of give a little bit more of an oomph, if that makes sense. And then I took Half Red lip pencil by MAC. This is one of my favorite lip pencils like of all time, and I'm using that to line my lips before I go in with my MAC Winfred lipstick. This color, the lip color, it's so pretty. It like screams fall, but like not your typical fall lipstick. It's like this cool toned deep purple, but it almost has like a gray hue to it. It is so pretty. And so I popped that on, and then I went in with my My Little Pony lip gloss, and it's blue, but it honestly has like a purple iridescent, so it just looks so pretty on top of the lipstick. And this is in the shade Rainbow Dash. So if you guys want to check it out, it's by Pure Cosmetics, and it's the My Little Pony collection. And there you have it, loves. This is the completed look. I hope that you all enjoyed, and I can't wait to see you all in my next video. Bye.